All right, so I want to introduce myself. My name is Adriane Berg. Most of you who are on here or are listening know who I am because you were a registration invited because I have your email. You're either part of our Facebook salon or you're part of our newsletter. You're a subscriber to our newsletter or you're doing something else that relates to me and what I've been doing. So I thank all of you for being here. It is a very special and very unique webinar for me. The Ageless Traveler is a podcast. It's also a newsletter. It's a Facebook salon. For those of you who don't know, many of you touch one part of this animal, but you don't know about the rest of it. And it has a mission. The mission is working. And that mission is to make lifelong travel easy for everybody at every age level, at every ability level, and at every financial level. And so, what I've been able to do in the past 2.5 years, because I started this thing when I was 75 years old, but I started to travel when I was 11 years old. And I've been to 140 countries, and I know the barriers that I personally have experienced in travel because it is something that is a big part of my life, and I never want to lose it. And I never want you to lose it. What we've been able to do is influence the travel industry. We've been awarded by Journeywoman the Solo Traveler Award for encouraging people who've lost their companions or whose companions don't want to travel anymore to travel on their own. And we've been able to find out from you guys what is really stopping you from traveling, or if you are still traveling, how to make it easier. We also found out that there's a lot of people who are much younger than myself. I'll be 77, 78 years old actually in September whose parents want to travel and they want to help them travel, and as I did with my mom. So this has been a big ride with a lot of people involved and listening and making a real difference in how the travel industry sees us. Because if you don't know, and if you happen to be on this and you're in the travel industry, we are going to take 1.6 trillion trips between now and 2050. And we're going to spend more money than any other demographic. And who are we? We're the 60 plus traveler. And what do we need? We need facilitation. We need support in travel. So I heard two things from you guys. One, that you wanted more money to travel. It was one of the biggest barriers. And that went across all age groups. It had nothing to do with how old you are. And two, you love to travel and you want to know where to go and how to really become a travel insider. So when I met this young lady who is really a stellar star in maybe the only star in the field of travel coaching, Sahara Rose DeVore, and she is the founder and the CEO of the Travel Coaching Network. I said, this could be a can opener, a real can opener, so that out of this can comes dollars for everybody, travel know-how for everybody, and new companions, and a new place to put your skills and your efforts. So this is something very new. I'm going to be turning over this webinar to Sahara in a minute, and she's going to explain what travel coaching is, because it's not what I thought it was. I am surrounded, in fact, I'm in a wonderful organization called the Pass It On Network, where almost everyone is a life coach or a retirement coach or a wellness coach or a fitness coach. And this too has a certification. This is a real career where you get certified. Can't do this without having the education. You don't just wake up in the morning and decide that you're a travel coach. I couldn't do it. So with this education, you're not only building something for yourself and using your skills and making money, but what I think is of equal importance, maybe you won't think so, is you're building a business. And I'm going to finish with my part of this. I would not be doing this if it was just a certification that you could put on your wall. I've written a number of books. Some of them are in the closet in a box. I don't like that kind of effort. I want an effort where you are drawn to not only the topic, and it not only fulfills you, and not only puts money in your pocket, but does it in a very scheduled way that you can do one step at a time, where you've got a guide by your side and what you're doing, and you're really building a business. And what I saw Sahara do is really use the best marketing and business models I've seen. the kind of things that you spend thousands of dollars to learn in an MBA school. My son just finished his MBA. Don't even ask how much that cost. What he learned is what Sahara walks you through to be a travel coach. So not only can you apply these principles to travel coaching, you can apply it to a number of other things that you would like to generate in your life. And as I see a lot of people are coming on right now, I'll just vamp for another minute. It's been the most difficult thing for me. I was trained as a lawyer. Many of you don't know that I was a lawyer for 35 years. I have friends who are doctors, friends who are lawyers, friends who are accountants. Who are the most successful ones? The ones that got the best grade? Never. The ones who knew how to market their skills. So I said this to Sahara just the other day, I would not be here if part of what she's going to show you is not building your business, not just what the business is, because I know that if you do this, you're going to get your certification. There's no issue in my mind. You will be certified. You will become a travel coach. Now what becomes the thing to me? So I'm so thrilled that you're all here. I see everybody's coming in. You're going to have the opportunity to hear what this is, whether it's for you, and then when Sahara is finished, I'm going to come back on and I'm going to really help you make the decision. I am a very big believer in the Karate Kid and all the great philosophy in that movie. And this is what was said. Yes is okay. No is okay. Maybe is not okay. All it does is keep a thought hanging over your head and you never take action. So whether this is right for you or wrong for you, we don't know until you're finished hearing what Sahara has to say. But when I come back, I'm going to do an exercise with you that not only is going to help you make this decision, but it's going to help you make a lot of decisions. Why? Well, I was asked to be the chief mission officer of something called a Business Authority 50 Plus for people over the age of 50 that were starting their own businesses. They're all launch, and they're little baby entrepreneurs, even though they may be 50, 60, 70, and there's one who's even 90. And he's actually a star now on Amazon with his product. And so I was asked to create a few seconds, internal dialogue that you have with yourself to help you make the right business decision. And I did it. And it was pretty successful. So I'm going to, when Sahara is finished, come back and help you not say yes, or say yes, say no, but not say maybe. Now, I'm going to introduce you again, Sahara Rose DeVore. She is the founder, the CEO of the Travel Coach Network. It's extremely successful. Any of you who read business magazines have seen her in Forbes, have seen her in so many other places. So Sahara, you take it away and tell the people what they really want to know. What is travel coaching and how can they become one?
Well, Adriane, thank you so much for having me today. Welcome, everybody. Please do drop in the chat where you guys are tuning in from. I would love to know. I'm in my hometown of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, here in the States. So, as Adriane mentioned, I'm going to be talking about travel coaching, basically telling you what it is, because many of you, I'm sure, haven't heard of a travel coach before. I'm also going to share why travel coaching is gaining momentum. What's the difference between a travel coach and someone like a travel advisor or another traditional role? Why women 60 plus are becoming certified travel coaches more than ever before? How to create revenue streams. So getting into that business side that Adriane was talking about. And why it could be a purposeful way for you to use your own passion, your own love, your own beliefs about travel and turn that into a business. And I'll give you some tips on how to get started today on your own as well. I do have a lot to unpack in the next hour or so. So hopefully I don't go too fast because I want to be able to answer questions at the end for everybody. But before we get started, I'll share a little bit about myself. Before I became a founder and CEO with the Travel Coach Network, I spent 10 years backpacking the globe to over 84 countries. I'm not as many countries as Adriane is, but I did go on a solo journey, and that journey is what inspired me to realize just how beneficial travel was on us as human beings, on the hundreds of thousands of other travelers I had met along the way and had really deep conversations on the value that travel had on their own lives and why they truly traveled. And it also opened my eyes to a big void that was happening in the industry when it came to how travel was being talked about, planned, marketed, booked, and sold. There was a lack of this emotional appeal, this really truly human connection that we have to travel in that world. And that is what inspired me to start the Travel Coach Network. Before founding the Travel Coach Network, though, I became a wellness travel coach myself. So in 2018, I started my own wellness travel coaching business. I was going to initially target the corporate space, but soon after learned about the burnout epidemic happening in the business traveler industry. So the road warriors who are always on the road. I saw a big disconnect between all of this decades worth of research that exists on the mental, emotional, physical, social, overall wellness benefits that travel is proven to provide us with. And people who traveled often were had a laundry list of all these health issues and poor company morale and burnout and all of the stuff that traveling so often for business was putting them through. So I was there to stand on stages to bridge the gap to share how travel could be used in the form of wellness beyond just gyms, spas, yoga retreats, and wellness centers for business travelers. As Adriane mentioned, I've been in over 350 plus media articles, outlets for anything from travel coaching, entrepreneurship, wellness travel, and more. These are just some of the examples of the times that I got paid to travel, to stand on stages to speak about a topic that I was passionate about. I've had the honor to partner with a wide range of companies. These are only a few here, and to be a speaker for really great events, virtually and in person too. So my business model as a wellness travel coach wasn't to work one-on-one with people. Mine was to work with companies and to speak on stages. So this is just an idea for you guys to keep in the back of your mind when it comes to our slide regarding revenue streams. So Sahara, what is a travel coach? Well, you guys have heard of a travel advisor, travel agent before, someone who's going to create itineraries, plan your trip, book your trip, and manage all the logistics for you. A travel coach is someone who's going to help people really get to the root of why they want to travel, help them be more intentional with their travel decisions. So what do you want to do? How do you want to feel? What is this trip calling you to become? You know, what are you going through during this phase in your life that this trip can help you? Because when we are more intentional and more mindful about our travel decisions, we, one, make better travel decisions on where to go, what to do, who to travel with, how to get there, how long to go for, all of those logistics. But instead, travel can also be used as a tool in our life for things like wellness and healing, personal development, transformation, reinvention, self-discovery, clarity, reaching our goals and aspirations. But that takes intention, that takes know-how, and that takes skill. And that's where travel coaching comes into play. These are some examples of travel coaching niches. Many of you might be able to relate to some of these. So we have over 800 travel coaches from over 41 different countries in our flagship program. We recently launched a certification program for travel advisors, so I'm not even including those numbers. But I've seen a lot. We're 95% women organically. And we have a lot of women your age in the Travel Coach Network, turning their passion, their own transformation through travel into a meaningful business that is helping others. So these are just some of the categories that I've seen our coaches focus in. So grief and loss, burnout recovery, empty nest rediscovery. Like, who are you now that you no longer have the hats as a parent? Well, you're always a parent, but in the household, you have time, you have space, you have this new sense of freedom. What do you do with yourself? And how can travel help you build a new sense of identity, find new passions, a new sense of adventure? Right? So breakup, divorce, travel can be a really powerful tool for helping us navigate those challenging times in our lives as well. Retirement, adventure, bucket list travel coaching as well. Solo travel, so using travel to help women boost their confidence, learn their skills, their strengths, their weaknesses to really craft the life that they want and desire for themselves and that you know that they should also have for themselves. Menopause travel coaching for women 50 plus as well. We actually have a conference coming up in September with one of our partners on this topic. So that's a great way to hear all about what coaches are doing in that too. So really, you can become a travel coach in any niche that is specific to you. So I'm going to share how to even think about and figure that out, and just a couple slides here. Why travel often leaves people feeling unfulfilled. Why? Because everything is about logistics. Where do you want to go? How many people in your party? Where have you gone in the past? All the basic questions that are usually asked. It's not about the emotional outcome that people are really looking for. No one buys travel. No one buys a trip. No one's buying to get on a plane and to go abroad. Like, no one is looking for that. What are people looking for really when they're looking to get away, to go on a vacation, to go on a trip, right? A sense of feeling, a new feeling, a sense of change. What do they want to feel? What do they want changed? So really being able to pull those truths to the surface so that they can make better decisions on where to go and what to do. With that said, you don't have to be, we have a lot of travel advisors who are also travel coaches, but if you've never been in the travel space or you're coming from a different coaching background, perfect. You can craft your business model that is specific to what you want. And that's what we help you do in the program too. Different revenue streams, how you want to work with your clients, how do you want to serve your clients. We partner strategically and bring in different resources and opportunities to help you create revenue streams and business models that is aligned with how you want to spend your time. This is a business that you're getting up and doing, and people that you're helping every single day that you need to enjoy, that needs to be aligned with your values and what you believe in about travel and how you want to work with people. It's throw all this cookie cutter, this is the only way that you're able to help people when it comes to travel, out the window. Travel coaching and the Travel Coach Network is here to say that we empower you, inspire you, and help guide you, bring resources, opportunities, and everything for you to craft your ideal travel business. Okay. So when you hear coaching, don't think that you only have to work one-on-one with individuals. That wasn't my business model as a wellness travel coach. It doesn't have to be yours either if that's not what you want. Right. So more people now are traveling with more intention. They're looking for more meaning in what they do and how they spend their time. Self-care has been catapulted to the forefront as well, especially at the end of last year. There's been a real shift in traveler behavior. This is just an example from the Chief Revenue Officer at Reddit. He says that human conversation is not being replaced by AI, instead is becoming more important. That's important in the world of coaching. If you guys are already coaches, you're in a human to human based industry, and that's what travel coaching is about. Travel itself is about human connection. It's about people in place, right? So keeping that emotional, human-centric approach in the forefront of the travel industry. So when all the travel experts out there, travel advisors, travel professionals are worried about their future with AI, those who incorporate coaching are going to be ones that can stand out in the future of a tech and AI-driven future of travel. I was recently spoke about this topic at the American Society of Travel Advisors conference 2 weeks ago in San Diego. These are just some examples of articles that came out at the end of last year. Forbes, Hilton Hotel talking about the whycation. So putting the why first when choosing where to go and what to do on your vacation. That's at the foundation of why I built the TCN in the first place in travel coaching. Forbes talking about the emotional approach to travel, not just the destination. And then emotional resonance. So again, emotional intelligence, knowing how to work with your clients, these are so important beyond just the logistics of asking basic questions. Here are just some articles that the TCN has been in the world and the hype of travel coaching. The only one we was not a part of us is this Forbes one. This was from years and years ago. Actually, I think the year that I started the TCN. With that in mind, I never heard about travel coaching, never looked it up, didn't care when I started my own business. These are some of our travel coaches been featured in the media. That's one of the many things we help you guys learn how to do in our program, in our community, is how do you market yourself? How do people learn about you? There's so many steps that need to happen before you do this. You need to know. I'll share some of that in the other upcoming slides, but we we partner with different magazines. A lot of our members were just featured in Wander magazine for the third time. The Hotel Guide. There's all different opportunities to help you gain visibility for your business. Okay. All right. So, how do you even get started? What are some things for you guys to start thinking about during and then after today's event? One is I want you guys to figure out your own story. What was your own why for travel? Why did you start traveling in the first place? We often overlook our story. Our story is so important in any business. So, the things that we teach you guys as well, these are just things that you should learn in your travel coaching business. These are things that can be applicable across all businesses. So if you go to do something else later, or you combine something else in your current job or your current role, or expand your travel coaching business, these are tools and resources and a mindset and strategies that can be applied across the board. It's just business and marketing 101. So you need to create a brand for yourself. What do you want to be known for? Right? Like, what is your story? Your story is what's going to set you apart from everyone else. No one has your story. Someone might have a similar offer as you, similar belief pattern as you when it comes to travel, that maybe a certain destination is where you think people should go, or a certain wellness travel experience is something people should have. But your story is what's going to set you apart, right? No one has that. So in any business, you need to have a strategic brand story. Brand story is what you're going to say when you're interviewed on podcasts, when you're standing on stages, when someone says, what do you do and why? Right? Are you able to articulate that in 3 paragraphs or less? Right? So this also, knowing your story, helps you then figure out, who do you even want to serve in your business? Who can relate to me? What's a problem that I saw or overcame or had an aha moment? What is it that you truly believe in about travel? How has travel changed you? Why are you guys here in the first place, here today? Why is it travel that you believe so deeply in? I want you guys to challenge yourself, go beyond the surface of, travel is fun and I love adventure and I have a sense of curiosity and I like to meet new people and see new sights and try new foods. That tells me nothing about what travel means to you. I want you guys to really take time to reflect, like, what does travel really mean to me? What did it actually teach me? How did it actually change me? Why did I really start traveling? Beyond the pretty things we like to say, right? What is your why? And think about who can I help with that? Who has a similar problem? Who can relate to how I was back then? So again, maybe someone going through a life transition, maybe someone else who's facing challenges that didn't have the aha moment that you have yet, right? What do you have the answers to that maybe someone else doesn't yet? You only need to be one step above others in order to be able to help them. Those are some things I want you to reflect on. I'm skipping to the revenue streams because I know we want to talk about how you make money out of your travel coaching business, but there really are a lot of things that you need to do in order to go from that last slide to creating your revenue streams. Your revenue streams are the easy part, honestly, in any business, because those will come later. What you need to do is set a solid foundation for your business. Who do you serve? What is your brand? What are you known for? What are your values in your business? What is your niche? What's your core message? Your core message should be able to speak directly to your ideal clients. What problem are you solving? Why travel? And what's the outcome? What's the results? What are you helping your ideal clients achieve and do? What's the transformation? Right? And over time, as you build your brand, you build visibility, you build momentum, you share your story, you'll start gaining a community, you'll start growing an audience. They'll tell you how they want to work with you. They'll tell you what you need, what you need to create, what they want. That's how the revenue streams will come, right? But maybe you know from your heart right away, I know I want to work with people one-on-one. I know I want to run group trips. I know I love blogging. I love writing. Or maybe I don't want to wear any of those hats and I want to partner with a travel agent and I just want to get a referral commission. Maybe I have a blog I like to write and I want to partner with different companies and get affiliate links. These are all different things we teach you on how to do. And a lot of them we also provide through our partnerships with different brands and companies. We have content creators who are combining travel coaching. We have life coaches, health coaches, wellness coaches, retreat leaders, travel advisors, tour guides, medical experts, all within the TCN, learning how they can combine travel coaching with how they build their business, structure their business model, and serve their clients. Right. So these are just an example of ways that you can generate revenue from your business. All of this depends on your interests, your skills, what your clients need, the journey that you're taking them on. And sometimes, like I said, that takes time to learn your clients. Maybe they need if you're serving, let's, for example, say women who are going through a life transition of some sort or recovering from a loss or grief, then maybe a sense of community is what you need. Maybe you're interested in going into group trips with them, or maybe have a group coaching virtually with them. Maybe it's some sort of retreat if you're into retreats and that's what you want to do, right? Maybe you know that there's another type of service that they need and you have partnerships. So that anything is possible in your business. It's up to you and the brand that you're trying to build and how you're going to serve your clients. So in the program, these are just some of the things that we actually help you with. So like I said, the fundamentals of being a coach. We're ICF accredited, International Coach Federation. It took me quite a few years doing research on different accreditation platforms and organizations. And I chose this one because it is international and internationally recognized, and it is the gold standard of the gold standard. So every year I have to go through the long, pricey process of resubmitting all of our entire program to get it and waiting to get it reaccredited every year. And we do that because we want you guys to have the standards and the foundation that you need and the credibility that you need to carry on in your business. So we teach you, one, the foundation of being a coach, two, the business strategy. Who do you serve? How do you reach them? What's your brand? Everything in between. What is a lead magnet? How do you give them a freebie in order to get them onto your mailing list? How do you get visible? Like I said, is it media opportunities? Are there organizations? We had a widows organization reach out to us years ago. So saying, hey, we'd love to get one of your travel coaches in front of our members and to inspire them to travel a little bit more during this grieving process for them, or to give a little bit of spark of a sense of purpose again in their life and clarity. Sure, we'll bring our coaches in to speak on that, right? So we're always offering different opportunities to help you guys. In the next slide, I'll show even more of the things we offer, but this is in the program itself in the modules. They're 9 modules. It is self-paced. Everyone coming in at different angles, different backgrounds, different phases of their business, some starting from scratch, some are maybe already coaches. So the program is designed in a way to take you through step by step what we believe that you should focus on. But again, it's up to you. Go at your own pace. We have people who've been in the program and for years, and then they come back to it and they're like, now I have an aha moment. We have people who go through it and get certified because they already had a clarity on what they want to do and who they want to serve. This is your journey, just like traveling. We're just here to guide and support you, right? Teach you how to get clients, how to grow and scale your business. What else do you want to do in your business? How else do you want to make a bigger impact? What movement do you want to create with your work, right? These are not all the module names. These are just some of the topics that we cover. We also cover a little bit of wellness. We cover transformation. In this, the elements and aspects of travel, because again, travel coaching is not about convincing people to travel, to get on a plane and go abroad all the time. Travel coaching is about teaching people, and this is where what health, wellness, life coaches also come into play, is that travel can be a really important tool, a powerful tool to help teach people how to integrate into their lives in a variety of ways, whether that's human connection, time in nature, navigating new places, getting out of your comfort zone, boosting your confidence, all the things that we know that travel can do. People don't always have to go abroad or to go far and wide to do that, to get these benefits of travel. So we teach you these different aspects of travel to integrate into your client's journey. right? So if you still want to wear the wellness coaching hat, you still want to wear the health coaching hat, the life coaching hat, travel is just a great supplement to help your clients get the outcomes that they're looking for. There's a little bit more details about the program itself. It is 40 CCE hours. And some of the things that we include here are live continuing education sessions. So these are ongoing trainings. We never want to leave you high and dry. Even when you finish the program, you always have access to all of these opportunities here. And people come back time and time again, even if it's years later, they come back to our program. So there's different opportunities to get direct help from me, live Q&A sessions every month. There's monthly group virtual meetups. You can connect with the other coaches, hear what they are doing, what are their niches, where are they in the world. You can get paired up into accountability groups by regions as well, help you guys support each other along your process through the program. We bring in an award-winning transformation coach who hosts our quarterly practice coaching sessions. Those are great ways to see different styles of coaching. What does it look like? You can watch people practice coaching, get great tips for your own sessions if one-on-one is what you want to do. We have a private Facebook group, member directory, replay cabin. If you miss any of our calls or meetings or anything, they're all in there for you to go back and access. We have members in over 40 plus different countries. Not everyone can join us based on their time zones. If you do pay in full, and this is going to be going away soon, you do get a private 45-minute business coaching like reflection session with me. Great way to help you kind of jumpstart if you want to do that. Or some people wait towards the middle or the end of the program too. It's up to you. Even more opportunities we provide. All of this is included in the program, guys. You can access these anytime you want and are ready. You can write a blog post for us. We post it across our social channels. You can be a guest on our podcast. You can be a speaker at any of our large virtual events. In the fall, we have a hire travel coach, we have a hire travel coach database. If you go to hiretravelcoach.com, you'll see some of our coaches on there. They're already getting clients through that, and we haven't even promoted that at all. It's still in its beta phase. Every fall we have a travel coach virtual summits where you can share your expertise, your story, what it is that you do in your business to over 400 to 500 travelers around the world. We have in-person meetups. We're having one in Toronto next week. You can host your own meetups. We help you be able to do that. I'll send you goodies if you guys are within a place that I can mail it to you guys, TCN goodies to help hand out. We'll highlight you on our social channels. Share your own story, your own why, what it is that you do. Every fall, we also hold a TCN pitch competition. It's free to participate. You don't have to finish the program. You don't have to have clients. This is a really great opportunity. I bring industry experts, my connections from all different walks of the industry to come and hear what it is that you do. It's great practice for you to be able to articulate what you do, who you serve, and your business model and your business plan. There's trainings, there's workshops and everything leading up to that. It's free, it's fun. We have some fun giveaways. Again, you'll see all these different opportunities, always providing different media and speaking opportunities as well. Because again, we're not just giving you a badge and a certificate. It is really about helping you guys create a business that is aligned with what you want to do, who you want to serve, your passion, help you make money, and help you just create a life and a business that makes you happy. And our community is here to support that. And if you go to I'll drop it in the chat, the link to our certification program. Once I'm done, I'll drop it in the chat, or you can go to the travelcoachnetwork.com and grab it. But if you use that code PURPOSE, you can get in for $699. Again, it's usually just under $2,000. All of that's included. Again, it's self-paced. You can join today. You can start early next year if you want. You can start whenever you want once you lock in that price. And you can access all of these opportunities anytime that you are ready. Yeah, I'll stop it there, Adriane. This code is only good for 72 hours from now, though, just to keep that in mind, okay? I'll go ahead and drop that link in the chat for you guys. You can learn more about it, but I would really recommend scrolling down on the page that I'm going to drop on there so you can see what other members say about our program. There's hundreds of emails that people have messaged me without asking for it, talking about our program. So the proof is in the pudding there that people enjoy what we have provided them with.
So thank you so much. I mean, this is exactly what I wanted you to tell people. I wanted people to know. It was one question, and then I'm going to make a couple of comments. Some of it about money, some of it about life purpose, and some of it about how to make a decision. But the question was, is there a membership in addition to the cost? How do we stay in touch with you year after year?
So those are different questions. Where did the chat go? Oh, there we go. Um, the how do you stay in touch with me? You get direct email and you get our support team email. We have a private Facebook group. I'm on it, and our team's on there every day. I'm always accessible anywhere and everywhere. Um, do you have do you have to join the membership? So we do have a TCN membership club that's different from the certification program. Usually, I would say that's the next stepping stone once you're done, because that's where we have different speakers come in with different topics. So, for example, we have like a legal expert coming in to talk to you about how to what legally to think about for your coaching business. We have, mindset. We have all these different types of experts, and also that does have exclusive media opportunities in there too. We had someone who was mentioned in Forbes, one of our members, because of our opportunities through my connections and what we send to people. But again, that's a monthly subscription. Literally, it's $5, you guys, or $9 a month. But you don't have to think about that yet. The certification program is where you would want to start.
So first, I want to tell everybody, and I'm going to take some credit for this, that I am a penny pincher when it comes to investing in my own business. In fact, my business coaches have criticized me for that, but I think it's a good idea. And so this was a fairly expensive, almost $2,000. And I said, nope, I really have to be able to get people who are retired, people who are in fixed income to increase their income because everybody, my avatar is my mom. And so this is a very, very low price, but it does require making a decision. As Sahara said, it's available to you as if you had paid 100% of what everybody else has in the next 72 hours. So I have to help you make some decisions. But I do want to tell you something else. This is just the core, the kernel of a business. Just like my podcast, even my law practice was just the kernel of a business. And I will tell you that the most money that I have ever made sitting down, as a friend of mine would say, was a 45-minute presentation in front of a group of women on behalf of Merrill Lynch. And for that 45 minutes, they paid me $25,000. And they didn't pay me $25,000 because I went to law school. They paid me because I knew how to deliver a message. And so one of the things that you're going to learn from me, because we're adding with no extra cost, some courses for you and some additional things that you could subscribe to, is how to tell your story. It's very clear. It's a U curve. I call it the U curve. And I'll tell you my story in a minute, and you'll get everything about me that might be inspirational to you or might be of no interest to you, but you'll know right away if we can work together. So you'll see that, and that's one of the things that you will get without cost. The other thing you need to know how to do is to make an elevator pitch, to tell people succinctly what kind of travel coach you are. And as Sahara says, it's not just to tell other people, it's to tell yourself. So those two things are part of a bigger course called Speak Out Communication. And you will get that, and only you will get that. Nobody who is a travel coach through the Travel Coach Network, except you, gets this. So very, very quickly on my story, and then I'll tell you how to make a decision. That has really worked for people at the United Nations, for business people, for C-suite people, very fast. The reason I love travel is very simple. My father died when he was 42, and it took him about 30 seconds to drop dead. It was a cerebral hemorrhage. I went to school. I came back. I had no father. I went into a depression. And by hook or crook, my mother got me into an international camp. And in 6 weeks, I went to Yemen, Israel, two places you probably can't even go to right now, Paris, Amsterdam, And I also began to understand airports. Imagine an 11-year-old kid in depression in 4 or 5 different countries with another group of kids. I was never depressed again. I believe that when you change your circumstances and you change your environment, everything changes. So I'm very committed to the power of travel. So I traveled all my life. But when I sat down and said to myself, you are now retired for the third time, right? From law, from a radio career, from many careers, from as an author, 12 books out. What do you really love? The answer was travel. What do you really think could help other people? The answer was travel. And the minute I got into the groove of what was important to me and how I felt I could help others, everything went into place. It's exactly as Sahara says. The money comes when you do what you love and you help people doing it, period. So, how do you make a decision if this is right for you? Now, this is really fun, and it'll take a minute. But I have to tell you, I've done this at the United Nations. I'm the International Federation on Aging representative to the United Nations. Yes, I get to go into the General Assembly. I get to advocate for a treaty on the human rights of older persons. I get to do all kinds of things just because I'm doing what I love. So, how did I find out that this is what I wanted to do in this chapter of my life? Well, close your eyes and really do get internal for a minute, whether you're closing your eyes. If you're driving, don't do that. Uh, and picture yourself. Picture yourself really, really dressed up. You look wonderful, or they used to say, you look marvelous. You're on the red carpet, and you're going up to receive an award. And on that award is a plaque. They're going to hand you a plaque. What is written on that plaque? You're getting an award for your achievement in helping people travel all their life and transforming their life. If that's a plaque you would like to receive, then this is worth for you. If that is alien to what you would like to achieve in life, then this may not be the right thing for you. It has nothing to do as to whether or not you're going to make money at it. You are. If you want to receive that plaque, the next step is simply signing up. It's not that hard. You see the registration there, right? So this is something that really can be transformative, not only for you, but for everyone around you. And you may have a business partner or friend. That's why I was so keen on people also telling other people about this, because you don't have to be going it alone. You can do this in partnership. Everything I do is in partnership. It happens to be with my husband, but it could be with a close friend. It could be with a relative. I know so many sisters that are doing this together, or my travel bros. I have a couple of travel brothers that are doing this. So these are the kinds of things that make a difference. But I will also show you how to reach our market. And if you want to do it, I'm going to give you one hint and tip. And that is there are over 7,000 over 55 communities just on the small area of California. That's just one state. HOAs need travel coaches. And so you can actually be hired. As Sahara says, if you don't want to do a one-on-one, you can actually be hired by whole communities to help them out. And they become their own groups and they travel together in a way that they never would before because of you. That is just one small market in the market of the 60 plus traveler. And you know they're 60 plus because they can't get into the community without showing their birth certificate. So that's just one small thing. There's so many ways that we can help you with this. And I'm such a believer in it. Right. So I'm going to thank you all for this.
I want to answer a couple more questions
Sure.
though. Deborah was asking, will that come with the private one-on-one session? Yes, if you do the pay in full, it comes with a 45-minute session. You can book anytime with me, anytime that you want. That is going to be removed soon though. I assume we'll not offer that anymore. And then it does say the $50 annual fee. Yes. So all the things that you saw listed, all the opportunities that are ongoing, because again, you have lifetime access to the modules, but the $50 annual fee, which is starts 1 year after you enroll, covers all the opportunities and benefits. I mean, it's $50 to get business coaching, support, community, media opportunities, just everything we offer in the program, speaking opportunities, everything on there. You can cancel at any time if you don't want to pay for that. And then what if I feel like I need more travel experience? Travel coaching is not about how many countries you guys have been to. Travel coaching is about what is it that you believe in about travel and how can you use that to help others? And that's what we help you do and figure out in the program, especially if you have a one-on-one with me. I'm able to hear more of your story and give you some more ideas and examples. Again, it could be the aspects of travel. It could be the power of just spending time in nature. How can you help your ideal clients tap into the power of blue and green spaces? So there's so many different possibilities. Do you offer additional ICF continuing education credits? If you are a travel advisor and still want to join that, we do have another course that offers 10 CCE hours, and then we might be launching a wellness one too after the year of accreditation. So yeah.
So I actually have a question and one other comment on the question that was asked. And that is, do you need to be able to travel or have a lot of travel? There
No.
are even people who cannot travel that are travel coaches because of their own certain physical limitations. So the answer to that is definitely no. But I will give you an example of that, how that really works. Lately, I have been called upon. I just came back from Vegas at a big conference where I spoke on longevity travel. That's a new area of travel. It is not wellness travel. It is not medical tourism. It is actually going to places outside, usually of the US, but soon it's going to be the US as well, starting with Texas, where you get treatments for age reversal. I know it sounds very woo-woo. Age maintenance, biohacking, and longevity. And hotels, regular spas are gearing up for longevity travel. And what is more interesting is that the travel side of it, the travel coaching side of it, where to go, what to see, where to eat, is not important. What's important in that travel coaching is understanding what is really significant uh, treatments that really work and being able to separate the world of the nutraceuticals and other things that they're proliferating that look good, feel good, are expensive, but don't really do anything for you, and ones that are really have proof. And I'm working with an organization I used to be the executive director of, that even the FDA is going to be approving many of these things. Already there's 2 studies going on now. You don't have to know travel or have traveled to help coach somebody in what is the new and most trendy thing, longevity travel. So that's just one example, because it's not about where you're going, it's about where they're going. And that's an important focus. The other thing I was going to ask you, Sahara, is you mentioned that you do get the one-on-one for a while because you're getting too busy to do it. I know why you have to
I have
stop.
over 800 travel
I
coaches
know
in my program.
you can't
I
make it
can't.
happen. I get it.
But
And you said,
I have up to now. So
I know you have, and that's why you get no sleep, but that's another story. So,
no, that's because I have a 2-year-old.
and 2 year old, by the way, there is such a thing as sleep travel. I will be talking to people, to you guys, about that and understanding what you have to know about the sleep of some of your clients, if that's what they're going for. That is to change their habits, which is another big thing people are traveling for. But here's my question. My question to you is: you said you give it a one-on-one if you pay in full. That means maybe you don't have to pay in full. Tell people what happens if they don't want to pay $699 on the spot.
Yeah, no, we do offer payment plans. You'll have to just email me so that I can grab that link for you, because that code is only applicable for the pay in full. But I will manually put in the code for your payment plan if that is what you choose. Do know that's my email, sdevore@thetravelcoachnetwork.com. Just send me an email. And then what was I going to say? Do know that the payment plan, so all the content in the way our system is set up, the content is dripped out to you over X amount of time. I think it's like 3 months. If you do pay in full and you email me, I can and ask for it, I can release all the modules to you at once. So we have a lot of people who are like, oh, I have time this weekend, or I already got through module one. Like, can you release it? If you pay in full, yes. If you're in the payment plan, unfortunately not. You will have to wait until all your payments are done in order to get all of the modules. This makes sense from a business standpoint.
So one of the other question is, will there be a webinar on longevity travel? Longevity travel is real, but I coined the phrase. And I never realized when I coined it, because again, it came from my heart, how popular it was going to be in the industry. So I've already been asked, and I did this already, by the Hospitality and Design Expo in Vegas to speak on longevity travel. There's already an article by Pergola covering what I did. They were a wonderful journalist group that came to actually cover what the keynote was talking about, but they covered me because longevity travel is so trendy. And I speak on longevity travel on cruise ships. Believe it or not, this is going to be the first one, Cunard Line, in October, where I'm going to be speaking about longevity travel to consumers, to travelers. So this is a big thing. And for sure, there's going to be a segment in some additional courses for the Travel Coach Network on longevity travel, what it is, what it means. And we may do a separate webinar. But right now, I'm really concentrating on the Travel Coach Network because I see it as a pathway. I see it as a pathway for people who are spending most of their time on the pickleball courts and wondering why. There's a lot of people who love to do that, but there's a lot of people who are doing it because they really wish they had something more to do with their time. And this to me is such a catalyst. It answers so many questions. Making money, finding yourself, learning to tell your story. We have a wonderful storyteller I know right here on on our uh, meeting, and she's going to actually be on our podcast. So we have so many things we can get out of this that is for our own transformation and our own pocketbook at the same time. So to me, it's a big, big win-win. So if there are no other questions, give you a minute to ask a few other questions if you'd like. Sahara, you should have the last word. What has it meant to you? If you were on my show, I would ask you, what has it meant to you to get into this whole world of travel coaching?
Oh gosh. One, I always believe that travel was so much more than just taking a vacation and just getting away for a little bit. Travel really is a key component to us living a very happy, purposeful, driven life. And we saw that a lot during the pandemic when it was fearful that travel wasn't going to come back or come back the way it did. Travel is more than what it's perceived. And so being able to create a platform where it empowers guides, educates, trains, and certifies others around the world to be able to take what it is they believe in so deeply about travel and use that to help not only change the lives of others, but change their own life is really, really meaningful. And the industry is shifting, as you saw some of those articles in today's presentation, but there's so much more out there that is leading towards what we're doing in the TCN, meaningful, intentional, the why for travel. And so everyone here who decides to join, you're just ahead of the curve. You're right where you should be, because one day everyone is going to know what a travel coach is and everyone's going to have a travel coach. So it's just like the future or what happened in the world of life coaching, fitness coaching, leadership coaching, and so forth. Those are multi-billion-dollar industries. I am a firm believer that the Travel Coach Network and the travel coaching is the next one.
So I will finish with two very inspirational things that may surprise you. In the UK, and I do a lot of work, we have a lot of listeners in the UK, and I belong to the Silver Marketing Association there in the UK. Believe it or not, in the UK, being able to travel, particularly if you can show that it keeps you in communication with other people, may be covered by your doctor. That's the extent to which staying connected increases your health. Here in the US, the National Institute on Aging already has proven studies that when you travel, you increase your cognition, you reduce your risk of heart disease, And yet older people are told not to travel because it's not safe for them. In fact, it's exactly the opposite. It is an amazing way to actually live longer and live healthier. So you don't even, you're sticking your toe into something that is so profound, and you will discover that if you become a travel coach. It is such a wonderful profession. This is not a small thing. This is really something very, very important. And for everybody else, and there's a few people who just got in at the end of our show, don't worry about it. All this is being recorded. You'll get every drop of this recording immediately because you know that if you're interested in this, the low price is time dated to only a couple of days, 72 hours. So we want you to have all the information that you need to make your decision. As for me, this is the Ageless Traveler. I want you to listen on Spotify, Apple, or on our podcast website, agelesstraveler.com. I would love you to get our free newsletter. I do it every single week, every Tuesday. There's never any cost. We have wonderful free ebooks, Caregiver's Guide to Travel, Luxury Travel for Less, so many other ones, how to use AI to plan your trips. All of this is going to help you, whether you're a traveler or a travel coach, and everything is free. It's all on agelesstraveler.com. Never stop traveling.